Cole battles Sandman going at it, and Publisher trying to break his maiden in the Arkansas Derby. Cole battle has lost the lead to Sandman. Publisher, the only threat to beat him. Sandman, he's green, drifting around here. It's Sandman in front by 2. Publisher is second, and Sandman, he's run his A race, and he gets a confidence booster heading to Kentucky.
Sandman, one of the stars of 2025, a winner of that Arkansas Derby, a runner in this year's Kentucky Derby. And the great thing about this tremendous sport is it brings people from all avenues of life together. Celebrities, athletes, and just great fans have been out there on the track. And there's a very special connection behind Sandman, the one and only Griff Johnson. And for how Griff enjoys the lead up to race day, let's take a look.
Everything about the horse racing scene to me was intriguing, and I loved the actual energy at the track. People putting in money, people having a good time, people dressed nice, and I think from day one, I also just loved horses. My name is Griffin Johnson. I make content for the internet, and I own a racehorse. I wasn't seeking a racehorse. It was something that I just thought wasn't possible because I didn't think I could afford horse racing. Once I figured out it wasn't as far away as I thought, I was like, okay, I want a racehorse. West Point Crew connected me with America's Best Racing, A Stake in Stardom. They told me they have a program for influencers to get into horse racing. And I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. Come on. I grew up in the Midwest, so Kentucky Derby for me has been the staple of horse racing as long as I can remember. So pretty much by the first month in, I was excited and I knew that there was potential. Sandman, he's been through a lot, so his journey's been really fun to watch and develop actually. He's had some crazy starts. He's had some strong finishes that were too late. He's had races where he sat in the back and ate dirt. He's had races where he came out too strong and then faded. So there's been a lot of highs and lows. But what I will say is the first race that I got to see him win was absolutely electric. I was screaming my head off. I wasn't there, sadly. I'm like, I got over the hump finally of watching him win a race. So now I'm like, I'm over that hill.
You are huge, boy. You're a big boy.
Usually I get some time to go back to the barn and hang out for a bit, see him after his races. I can tell you, these barns are insane. It's a full ecosystem. I think of it as like a beehive. There's so many different people moving so many different directions, and these horses are just unbelievably taken care of. Getting a horse into the Derby is a very intricate thing. It's like preparing to run a marathon. It's not just about, yo, this horse was born to run this far, we've trained it this many days and we've trained it this long, like he should be able to do this. The main thing is obviously winning. Every race that's bigger has more points for the Derby, but essentially it's about winning and learning at the same time. It's been an incredible journey and I am going to show up to the track full excitement. Like, I'm not holding back.
A great piece there, Griff Johnson, and ultimately Sandman ran this year's Kentucky Derby, put in a very game performance. It wasn't enough to trouble the scorers, but takes full aim at this year's Preakness Stakes. Matt, what do we make of the chances of Sandman into the big event on Saturday? Certainly on the class side, it's going to be a welcome addition.
Yeah, I mean, look, anytime we can get Derby runners to come right back and run in the Preakness, I think many of the connections have voiced this, whether it be the folks involved with Sandman or the folks involved with journalism. It's still an important race. I know it's become sort of the thing to do, to just bypass the Preakness and point to the Belmont Stakes, but if you've got a happy and healthy horse, why not run them? I appreciate that Sandman's going to show up here with Griffin Johnson and company. My concern as far as the race itself goes for Sandman is that the pace scenario may not work to his advantage. He's a horse that drops out the back and comes with run. I don't think there's going to be enough to set things up for him. And then on top of that, Dubs, Pimlico's not really the kind of track that I think of for a horse to drop out the back and make up 10, 15 lengths. I would think of more like Saratoga, where if you get a little bit of a hotter pace, maybe things can fall apart and you can come with your run at the end. Maybe we still see him in all three legs of the Triple Crown this year. But to me, the Preakness itself, I don't love the way it sets up for Sandman. I still think there's a chance that this ends up being one of, if not the best, 3-year-olds of the generation. He just needs a little bit more time.
Yeah, be wary of the new shooters onto this stage. Griff Johnson doing a tremendous part for the sport right now as well. So everyone get excited. Tell your friends, tell your mates. We are getting set for the second duel of the Triple Crown this weekend. And we'll have 6 of the best out there live on site to take you through all of the lead-up, hype and buzz. First post, Thursday, going off at 12:10 Eastern. Looking forward to all this fantastic action out there at Pimlico Racecourse, the Preakness.